Honestly, if I didn't have any notes, I would have no idea what's happening. Uh,
We were afraid of the attack, I think.
Okay, so my notes say that we were making plans how to deal with the upcoming attack. I guess we are expecting the elves to attack, um, and then we decided the best way to deal with it would be for us to teleport to the Undercity, where the Void Elves live. And basically, we think that the Void Elves are okay with Odrin, so should it be fine for us to teleport to the Undercity?
Uh,
Dark elves,
those
yeah.
were the dark elves, not void elves.
Yeah,
Okay,
fine.
Dark Elves. um, and well, if and we thought that well, if that fails, then we'll go to hell, literally and metaphorically. Um, anyway, during downtime, Melin did some parkour through the island, exploring it, and he got an excursion. I think also like.
Big part of the session, yes.
Then Odrin went to meditate to his meditation room of some sorts, where he heard the old ones whisper. Can't remember what they were whispering about, but they whispered to him. But I think he was ignoring them. Yeah. Meanwhile, Sorakas was praying and got a response basically from his spirit within, the green cat spirit, and basically at the end he got an audience with Magila. Um, and my spirit thinks that I'm just being used by Magila, and afterwards it will be discarded as trash. And Magila, since I successfully hunted one of their shadow clones, she agreed to answer a couple of questions. And basically, she says that Odrin has to die because he brings chaos and death. And also, she was unaware of the Wood Elves hunting Odrin, so she said that she will deal with them, with those wild hunters. And when we okay, that's basically all I have with the conversation with Magila, and then we teleported finally to the Undercity where the Dark Elves live, and they greeted us as if they knew that we will come, and they brought us to meet the goddess of prophets, the Spider Queen Karna, and where we had the opportunity to ask some questions as well. Uh, and we were informed that Old Man Rimas is building Solar Hive using the cult, the Soul Stealer cult. And basically, he just has to basically playing Pokemons with elves souls, and he has to capture them all. Um, and then in order for all elves, and basically the plan for his plan is that capture all souls of all the elves, and he will make it so that all elves are able to survive everything somehow. And then we drew some cards, like which were meant to represent somehow like our future or something like that, or destiny. Odrin drew a Joker. Don't remember what it means. I
Basically
drew.
empty cards, almost like you can be anything.
Okay.
You cannot.
And I drew a sword.
Multiple
Lucian
times.
drew. Yeah, and Lucian drew a tavern.
Tower.
Tavern.
And sorry,
Both
Tower.
work. Both work.
a
Tower.
tower.
Yes.
Okay, I wrote tavern. That's what I heard. A
That's the
tavern.
best tarot card. The tavern, yes.
And I don't
Malin?
remember what
Malin drew the
Malin
same
draw.
as me.
Oh, okay. Also a joke.
A blank check.
And I remember somebody saying that should go to hell alone, because others will just hinder me.
Yes, to retrieve the mind.
That's it. That's all I have.
Yeah, and we came back and we
The
had some
followers.
followers join us. It was like 30 or something, I think.
20.
It's
40.
VC 3040 high elves.
Dark elves.
High elves.
No, they were not dark elves. Yeah.
Yeah, they're high elves dressed as dark elves.
Anyway,
Okay. Sorry.
Okay,
Um,
25. Take it or leave it.
60.
37.
Wait, 25 adults, right? And how many children?
69
Double that count.
for 20.
Okay.
That's how it's work.
I just Sarakas would like to find an opportunity to find Odrin alone and speak to him privately, if at all possible.
Just remind you, like, what time is it now?
It's under shitty, so it's dark and we don't know.
Yes, firstly, it's dark. Secondly, you waited for the nightfall before running away from the wild hunt.
Oh yeah, so it should be like middle of the night, something like that. Because yeah, before Wild Hunt arrived, we left, and that was already evening. So
Mhm.
we took a walk and had a
I'll
conversation.
organize the people.
Or what?
I'll just organize the people so that they would find rooms and just. But that's later in the morning, I guess.
This is our home. We know where to go.
But we need to know what you are able to do as well.
Leave them be, Lucian.
Smithies, farmers, barrel masters,
Bartenders.
masters of the
Brewers.
brew.
I see Vitas has this no matter the character has a special affinity for bartenders. Pulls out an axe.
As well
Where
as
were you heading
soldiers,
then?
hunters.
Prostitutes.
A very respectable profession. Come on.
Yeah, so as I welcomed the others, I'm thinking, okay, yeah, I see to the rest. Guys, I think we need to go chat with Ilvain, decide on the next course of action, and then finally rest for the night. That sound good for everyone?
Yes.
Are we sure we're not going to be attacked tonight?
I'm pretty confident.
Well, if it's okay, then I'll stay watch for a bit longer.
Of course. I take off looking for Ilvain.
I follow.
Last time I saw him, he was in the star map. Place.
I'll be right back. I hear the baby crying.
Okay.
Okay, so how do we fuck up with the DM this session?
Easy.
Let's just imagine a character, an NPC, which he did not create, and say that, yeah,
Steve.
you told us, yeah, there's a Steve
We
who
have to
agreed.
ask. We have to ask for all 25 of the high elves' names.
Yes.
We all know how
I
hard
need to
that
know their
is.
names and their professions.
So is it 25, not 40?
Um,
I don't know.
It's in the
if we do
Somewhere.
tens.
ask,
It's in the
if
tens.
we do
Somewhere.
ask, if we do ask the name, we have to like 25. I think would be enough for that.
Somewhere
We
in
need
between
them.
25 and 40.
Yes.
We need their names, their professions, their age, and for women, their 3 sizes.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Describe their clothing, hair colors, and type of
That would
haircut.
annoy him.
He kind of described their clothing.
Yeah, but maybe somebody's wearing like a longer pants or wider pants, or like more pockets, less
We all
pockets.
wear matching clothing. I can tolerate the answer for you.
They are all wearing skin suits.
Okay, do they all have the same haircut?
They all have the same hair.
Hello.
The same one here.
Yes.
Like in Korea, like you see only one haircut is allowed.
No,
Also, we need to ask
only one
about
here.
hobbies.
Oh,
Well, do you want to know anything more very personal of 40 individuals, or perhaps, maybe the story can go on without this information?
For now, I think we'll be okay.
Okay.
We can always come back to it, you know.
There's
We'll
always,
ask tomorrow morning.
there's always room to discover some sort of Jon Snow situation or John Sand.
Or John
And John
Wick.
Sand.
We had a John Sand in Rogue Trader. That was pretty sick. Ace pilot. Anyway.
Anyway,
Yeah, just a random NPC that doesn't know anything, so we named him John Sand as a joke because it was in the desert.
Yes.
He aces every fucking roll. He saves the group multiple times.
Crit rolls, like
And-
piloting, all the piloting rolls and shit. Yeah.
and becomes a legend to this day, transcending the system where he was created. Ewa,
I guess this is from old Warhammer.
You were there, dude.
you were there.
It's
Don't
from the
remember.
Haran campaign, man. Like when we landed in that planet to go into that frigging walking city thing.
Freaking walking city.
Oh, that place.
Yes.
I
Anyway,
don't remember him.
irrelevant. Let's dig into those notes Valera has doesn't have prepared instead.
That he still has.
What do you want to do?
As I said before you left, look for Elvain.
and it
Vayne is
also
in the
said
star
to-
map.
That's where
Yeah.
that's where we left him. That's where I go to look.
Sarakas, do you want to talk with Odrin? On his way to Star Map, he will be alone.
Okay.
Even though never mind.
Thought that Lucian was following him. Like, oh,
Yeah, never mind.
Okay. Then he is not alone.
yeah, like I said.
I will organize the people, I guess. In the meantime, figure out their professions, what their skill set, any soldiers, and all that.
Okay, then if he's alone, I will approach him and say, Odrin, I need to speak to you privately.
Look around. Say I think that's just us.
Okay. Well, I'll come straight forward to you since I guess part of me wants to come clean. originally I was sent to kill you by my goddess,
I see.
and after traveling with you for a while, um, I'm thinking if maybe I shouldn't do that,
Maybe.
but you'll have to convince me. What I'm saying is, I will protect you and follow you if I'll see that you are on a true path. If your goals are good, if you're good, have good intentions to save the world from undead and evil. But if I see that all you do is bring suffering to others, I will continue on my path. Also, you're not the only target of mine. There's another person I'm supposed to kill. His name is, I forget. Namar.
I'll write. I'll write to
Namar.
you. Yes,
Namar. Namar.
it's Lamar.
Lamar. Namar.
No.
Kendrick Lamar.
Basically, like, okay, that.
So what's
It's
his
in
name?
private, so tell it.
Um, he supposedly
What's the name?
got Neymar.
Okay.
Um, supposedly is also a godling, godling of immortality, but from what I'm aware of, that means like like undead creatures, zombies, vampires, and stuff like that. Do you know anyone by this name?
Rack my brain. Do I know anyone by this name?
Nope.
Well, apparently, sometime in the future, you two will meet. So I hope that by then you will be on the right path.
So let me get this straight. You're saying to me is do what I think is right, what you think is right, or you'll kill me.
It's not that basically more or less yes, but basically I just like I had the impression that you're somebody who's evil, who's bringing chaos and destruction and suffering to wherever you go. But from my experience, I don't see that. It might be that, like, just due to coincidence, that our path just leads us somewhere where things like that just happens, but it's not because of you, because of other things. It's just that our path leads to those destinations. I don't see that it's you being the cause of it. At least not this version of you. But yeah, I mean, if you are as you are right now, I promise that I will protect you and change, and will I will no longer be the bound arrow that was meant to assassinate you.
I guess that's what happens when you join forces with random people. It was bound to happen sooner or later. I have no ill intentions. You gotta live in this world, right? And
Yeah, I
yeah,
mean,
tell me.
I'm okay with people partying and having fun. I mean, that's just part of life to enjoy. It's even, I mean, especially in hard times like during war or sickness. I mean, like laughter and partying. Just could we just bring that little uh, ray of sunshine to like dark times, which brings people hope. So I'm fine with that. I don't see anything bad
Hmm.
in that kind of
I see.
things.
Well, seems like our paths align,
Yep.
and I'll
So
be counting on you to remind me and keep help me keep a straight path in case I stumble.
we'll do.
I have a feeling that we will need each other's help before long.
And if you think that uh, you'll, I mean, if you decide that to send me alone into hell, sure, I'll do that.
Oh, you're referring to what Karna was talking about.
Yeah.
I take a quick look over you and go. That must mean that it requires a great deal of stealth. And if we
Yeah.
keep in mind Lucian, especially, probably would not be very helpful to that cause.
No, it will be a hindrance.
But we'll see when we get to it.
Okay.
Thank you for bringing this up. Can't have been
Well,
easy.
yeah. Well, it just feels that I just took something heavy out of from my shoulders. So
There was a non-zero chance of this ending a little differently.
well, we are alone right now.
We are alone right now. Boom, chicka, wow, wow.
On buttons. top shirt buttons.
Mm-hmm.
I extend my hand to shake for a handshake.
Yeah, I shake the hand, and then with the oh shit, I'm liking the vocabulary. With a little smirk, move it around, pull your sleeve back. Ah, no hit on blade. Good.
No.
Shall we?
Yep, of course.
So what has this other god, by the way, has done that you are supposed to kill him, and how were you intending to kill him?
Supposedly, he's bringing like undead back, like raising undead, and so that's all I know by so far. I mean, all was given is just basically the names of two godlings.
And who's your godling that sent you after
Uh,
me?
what's her name again?
No, okay.
Magila.
I'm trying to remember from probably not my memories, but maybe from anything that might have come back to my character. Do I know of any of a relationship between Audrin and Magilla? If I need to make a roll for that, tell me. If I just wouldn't know, just tell me that as well.
All you remember is that she's not in the phantom halls. She's that probably means she's not a high elf.
Fair enough. That is a reason enough. Oftentimes. Okay. Well, I guess we proceed to the star map.
I follow.
I thought you were organizing.
I'm
Just
done organizing.
Just appears out of nowhere. I'm here now.
I'm done.
Yeah, I'm done. I realized it is midnight and I should not pester 40 individuals over their private matters.
It was very quick. Just a raise of hands. Who's a smithy? Who's a soldier? Done.
I'm just imagining there's someone like you don't guess the profession and they don't raise their hand, waiting for you to guess something.
I only ask the important professions.
Ah, right.
Here we go.
Master of the brew,
Beginnings of the
smithy,
isms.
farmer, construction worker, soldier, hunter.
Anyway. In the meantime, Malin, maybe? No?
Malin, do you want to do something?
I mean,
Parkour in the
I'm just.
undershit.
Yeah, it does crack me up every time. No, I'm just literally like trying to get a good vantage point just in case. I'm not convinced that the elves are just gonna be like, yeah, we're gonna let you rest for the night. So I'm just wanna find a place where I can see a good chunk of the island and scout.
Yeah, the island does indeed attract a lot of attention. You're not quite sure what was in the space before the island appeared here, but the locals seem to find the view refreshing. Well, an entire fucking landscape just shunk changed. So yeah, they're walking around the perimeter, but they do not set their foot on the sands that surround the island.
Yeah, just looking.
Yep. Odrin, Surake, and Lucian, you arrive at the star map where the Ilvain is currently at. He asks what's the plan, so where is this island going, and why not Severia?
Oh, we are going to Severia.
That is
Slightly
refreshing
smile.
to hear. By any chance, is it the one place you're supposed to be, or some other place in Severia?
What, in your opinion, is the place I'm supposed to be?
You're supposed to be at Bogatyrsк, where everything is converging.
Yeah,
The
talk with
Crimson
the
Harvest.
king and all of that, yeah.
Sure, if you wish, you could talk with the king.
Yeah.
Except don't call him the king. That's not his title.
Yes, that might be correct. I am not very well versed in the court proceedings of various countries. I haven't been skulking around these circles yet, actually. What
Mhm.
is he called?
The ruler of Severia is called a knyaz, and the nobles are called boyars.
So, your highness will work.
Yes.
Very good, very good. Yeah, so we received some information from Karna, which sounds troubling. We were I remember you and I talking that we want to prevent this slaughter from happening, and we also need to grab Audrin's soul. Correct?
I suppose you could. go on such an endeavor, yes.
Well, what do you mean? We were talking that you were insisting that the body is optional, but mind and soul are not, and that we are supposed to go
Let
on a trip.
me be very clear. If you delay even for a day, there might be no Bogotirsk to teleport to.
I understand. I don't intend to delay. It's not what we're talking about right now.
Okay. So I assume this conversation is purely hypothetical.
How so?
Well, you are discussing of things where you will not go. So, what do you want to discuss?
I think
Discuss
he
things
meant
where I
like
will not
here,
go. What?
here he would go after.
I am.
I think you are misunderstanding me.
What am I misunderstanding?
Well, you're supposed to go to the Bogotirsk, right?
Yes.
Are we on the same page?
Yes.
And you will not go anywhere else, right?
I will do what needs to be done to prevent this disaster from
Mm-hmm.
happening. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So your current talk about doing something else is
Why is it something else?
hypothetical, right?
Or maybe you should listen.
For acquiring your soul, which is not going to Bogotirsk. Am I correct?
Or maybe you should first listen to Odrin before asking questions.
Fair
Because this
enough.
is going nowhere like this.
Fair enough. Odrin, finish your thought.
Take a sip. Yeah, so Karna told us that without Soul Eater Cole's help, it might be quite difficult to get to Audren's soul. Now, the issue is, I don't think any of us are very much in the favor of dealing with them. However, we do need Audren's soul.
Difficult how?
Apparently, it supposedly has been already devoured by the Soul Eater or grabbed by his skull, something along these lines.
If it is in possession of the cold, then it has been devoured by the Soul Eater. If that is the case, then I'm afraid your soul is lost. And you will have to reincarnate without it.
What does that mean? I was under the impression you need all three pieces. Bring back Audrey.
Well, at one point you had no pieces, yet the memory is opened to you. And those of divine heritage do recognize Odrin in you, even though you do not have all the pieces. In fact, some recognized Odrin in you without any pieces.
I imagine there are consequences to not retrieving the soul.
Perhaps. I'm not sure. You see, I'm not a godling that has reincarnated.
Yes, I believe that. But you do seem like you have lived for a long time, so I thought you might have an idea about this. It's okay if you don't.
Well, if my lord would have died, then we would dust off the archives of his life and study it faithfully. Luckily, we already have people that are already doing that. And just imitate him enough until the boundaries between the scholar and the new god are erased, and he reincarnates in the scholar. I understand you can't just find a huge book of things Odrin did, but luckily for you, the memories of Odrin reveal to you naturally.
Well, I have another thought of how we might later on maybe grab Audrin's soul. All right. Let's.
What is how? What is your plan?
Does that matter to you right now?
Well, either you are proposing a deal with the Solitaire cult,
No, I'm not.
which I will not stand by, or you are suggesting to kill a Solitaire and retrieve all the souls inside.
I feel like that might be beyond me at the moment.
Yes. So it only leaves one option, which I assure you, Orden, in the long time will bite you back.
Oh, I
You do
don't.
not deal with entropy.
Oh, I do not
You do
intend
not
to.
make deals with the old gods because their ultimate goal is to fuck you up.
Oh, I don't intend to. That is alright. That's quite alright. I have under good authority that someone else is gonna try and retrieve Audrin's soul, among others, from the Soul Eater and in general, and he is quite chummy with the Soul Eater cult. So I'd be able to snatch it or barter it out with that person later on instead.
That's just dealing with the Solitaire cult by proxy.
Everything is dealing with the Soul Eater cult by proxy.
No, it's not. Killing them is not dealing with them by proxy.
I hear the sheer proximity could corrupt. But yeah.
Well then, Odin, if I sense that you somehow retrieved your soul, we will have a talk.
Let's. For now, any bright suggestions as we take off to Severia?
Well, first we would need probably to gather some information about movements of the enemies, as well as to discuss with information that the people have, local lords.
Yeah, I find it curious that if the target of the Crimson Harvest would be the Bogatirsk, isn't there like quite a few settlements and castles between the capital of Severia and the forests?
As Karna has told us, although the king is quite wise with his, well, I'm not sure if it's true or not, but it is said that he can see everything. And as Karna told us, that they have a way to remove his ability.
How to avoid his gaze, yeah. Well, so we can inform him of what's happening and then see what's up. Sure.
How many gays does he
And
have?
and even still, I feel that you still do not grab the urgency of the situation, Odrin. Bogatirsk is currently besieged by the Wood Elves, the Roskar, and the Fenrian Order.
Oh, is
All
it?
while the Soul Eater cult is working on the inside. The king
See.
is quite aware of the situation. If you would have acted days sooner, perhaps the outskirts of Bogatirsk would be safer. But it is what it is.
It is what it is.
What can we do in such a situation?
So your suggestion we go now and do no sleep?
Oh well, we go now and we see what what happens. But makes me wonder if this situation is that dire. What kind of effect we can have. But I guess we will see once we get there.
Yes.
Where do you
Well,
intend to
then
land
should
us?
I arrange the stars?
Yes, you should. Where do you intend to land us?
Well, Bogatyrsк is a series of mounds surrounded by huge walls. Your island would be just another mount inside the city.
New amount, but yes, I see. Well,
Odrin, this might be also a way to at least raise some of your legend, I guess. Depending on the actions that we do. We need to welcome or at least let people know that Odrin has been reborn, as they could be able to find us.
Well, I find that the best way to spread the name is great deeds.
Yes, indeed. So maybe aiding the armies might be a solution for us, depending on how much access we could get.
Well, I'm not sure how 4 new fresh bodies are gonna change the tide of battle, but you can see
I
if we
have
can help in
aided
some other
armies
way.
before. If
That
I
is
get
very impressive.
If I get a command of the armies, we could maybe manage it, but we need information.
Guess we'll learn something once we get there.
Indeed. So let's then teleport now.
Well, Ilvain needs time to arrange the stars.
Well, of course, but
But yes,
the
but should I start?
Of course,
Yes.
I told you that already. Why are you still waiting? I thought this is urgent. Ilvain, keep up. This youngster.
Break body god speech on Odrin. Right. You teleport to Severia.
where's
The
the
song
mount?
is not fitting, but bear with it. Right, so since you appear on a mount, you have a high overview of what's going on outside the city and, well, some deeper into the city. And the outskirts are littered with the signs of battle. The air is thick with the scent of burned wood, and the distant sounds of war drums reverberates in the background. Here in the wilderness surrounding the city, the Wood Elves have launched their most aggressive retaliation yet. They move with lightning speed through the trees, striking quickly at the settlement along the borders, leaving behind scorched earth and broken lives. And if you stay quiet for a second, you can even hear a bestial roar echoing in the sky, which can only mean that the green dragons have joined the Wood Elves in the Crimson Harvest.
Green dragons?
Yes.
Is it like something usual that dragons fighting together with elves?
Green dragons and Wood Elves are best buddies.
Oh, never
I
knew
think
that.
That sounds great.
The
Yes.
city-
The trees around the city now bear marks of dark power, twisted by wood elven rituals. Even the very ground seems to pulse with an unnatural energy. Uh,
See, all
on
of
the
that in
other
a nice
side,
way. Sorry, go.
yeah, that is to the south of the city.
Mm-hmm.
To the east, you have Roskar raiders, who, as if sensing weakness, have also grown more bolder and are now raiding the outskirts and even approaching the Bogotarsk itself. To the west, you see flames rising and a giant army in red robes standing ready to begin a siege. You see that among them are 5 giants clad in plate armors and wielding huge warhammers that can break castle walls.
Was that from the south or north? You said
West.
or west?
The west.
Ah,
Wrong
Only
both times.
only to the north, if you look, you see white Severian tundras and nobody else, not a living soul.
do I recognize who would the ones from the west be?
Fenrian order.
This is curious. And they don't seek to get the freakish elves.
No, they seem to be standing idle.
They are awaiting what's to come. Essentially, all parties fight, they take the prize. I wouldn't be expect that kind of strategy from them. By the way, Valera, since I'm Vulcan, fought in Vulcan armies, do I know their strategies, what they're planning?
Yeah, this is basically it. They're going to wait for various warring factions to weaken themselves, and then they will move in. That's their approach.
Yeah, so they're pretty much planning to go once the battles are mostly over to get the prize. Thus, the important bit is to actually deal with the Wood Elves, because the Roskars are doing things because they are able to. But if we deal with the Wood Elves, the Roskars will pretty much have no choice to retreat, and then the Vulcan Order is left, but they might also just not fight.
Yeah,
find some-
seeing what else defeated and raiders retreated, then maybe they will change their mind.
So the elves are with the raiders?
No,
No.
elves
No,
attack.
opposite sides.
Elves are attacking, and raiders are like seeing that the city is weakened, using the opportunity to raid it.
Right. So
Oh.
like how would that make sense like if the elves back out?
Then
How would that make sense for the
the
raiders to go? Because the city is already weakened.
The
No.
raiders are raiders.
Well, basically, I think the idea is that the city needs to pay a lot of attention and its troops to defend against the elves. If the elves are gone, then they can put all their forces to drive away the raiders.
Yeah, but if the raiders attack with the elves,
They are
the
not
forces.
with elves.
Yeah.
No, I'm not saying that they attack like together as a
Yeah.
team.
So
I'm saying at the same time.
yeah,
That means the forces inside will just not have enough preparation for both of
We
them.
only have so many
Yeah.
men. I think
Yeah,
it's more
I think
important
that's
to
the
stop the Wood Elves.
I agree.
what I find interesting, guys, is that the elves are not choosing easier human targets. That they're specifically driven to try and take the harder target, which is the city, and people behind the walls and towers and the war machines.
Maybe if the tactic is just cut off the head of the snake and the body will die.
Hmm.
How about we talk once as we march into battle via horses? It's still far away off, and no time to lose.
Okay.
Anyways, we ride to or
We could
or not, Odrin.
we could go to the king and be like, by the way, we got some news. The wood elves are targeting your lands.
Yeah, no worth. The only important thing that we need to check and to keep our eyes on is to having a safe passage to the north. If worst comes to worst, that's important, including if there's a possibility for any help reinforcements. If that path is cut off, then both the people as well as the reinforcements will be obsolete.
Mhm.
Do you guys know much of the Vendrian Order? I mean, the guys in the red robes and giants?
Yes, I fought alongside them.
Are they just opportunistic conquerors, or who are they?
Depends, but they're smart.
Yeah, but when I'm trying, like, what's their gain? What's their goal? I mean, if they're just after treasures, they could
They're
become
no barbarians. They're after the land.
the land, not the gold.
That comes with.
Yeah, what I'm getting to is that perhaps they could be bought to become allies.
No, that won't happen.
Why are you so sure?
Because the Vulcan Lord is. Let's just say the Vulcan Lord wants only to be the single one godling. He's the Emperor.
Okay.
Um,
So what do we do?
Well, as I said, let's march. Get on our horses and march. To see
And
the
they will
situation
just,
at close hand and take as much control of it as possible.
and if they attack us while we go there,
what
You-
what then?
access?
Cool.
Anyone.
We kill all the wood elves.
Yeah, hey, not all.
So 4 of us can kill all the wood elves. That's what you're
If
saying.
need be, yes.
Yes. Let's
Wow,
go
confidence.
and let's go and take take a look at what the actual situation is and what we could help with while we think how to break this current stalemate or maybe unfortunate situation.
And are we taking the 40 high elves with us?
No.
We're just staying behind to guard the island.
Yes, they just arrived like an hour ago.
Oh, yeah,
They're
they just lag. Jet
Same
lag.
with the children. Or do we take the children?
they stay.
Well, if we're leaving the high elves, we should leave the children as well.
Well, they are sword saints and bow saints. They're as capable as the wild hunt.
I think we leave them in charge of the island.
Anyways, we are wasting a lot of time.
I thought that
Do
we
we
were.
have, oh sorry, do we have a wagon here? Or something similar?
Not right now. We have 3 horses.
4 horses.
4 horses, sure, but I'm not that good at uh, doing much of anything on a horse. So if
Okay.
fight starts, I might not be as useful as I would like to be.
Oh
Well, I
yeah,
mean,
Fine.
if fight starts, I just dismount. I don't
yeah,
trust.
that's same like
Yeah,
that.
but
I'm
for me,
capable on the horse. So no
for me,
worries.
distance is key.
See,
So
well, I'll keep them away from you. For now, I think we need to go see and see what happens, what's happening.
okay, fine.
Unless you have a different idea.
I have no clue.
Yeah. Hey. First
Did
target,
we know?
the horses.
Did we know if any of the high elves can make that?
Not quickly.
Well, I'm not saying it has to be quickly. I'm just saying can they make it?
I think we'll have a chat with them in a little bit. They let them settle in, yeah.
Cool. Yeah, absolutely.
By the way, Valera, is the strategy itself sound, or is there something that I'm missing because lack of context?
What strategy?
What strategy?
Well, going to the Wood Elves, pretty much.
Is the strategy to go and kill wood elves? Is it sound or are there any
Well,
gaps in the
To
strategy?
No,
stop them, pretty
okay.
much.
As we travel, really, like I'm looking around for some sort of command center or something along these lines. If there is one forward post for towards the battlements.
A broadcast station or something, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. What the fuck is a command center? What are you expecting?
A camp. Basically, a
Not
camp.
exactly a camp. Look for the flags.
Yeah, for the banners.
Communication is done
Yeah.
through battle flags.
Wood elves don't use flags in
Not wood elves.
Oh,
Within the
okay.
city.
Oh, you mean the locals? Okay.
Yes.
I can't. I thought like for like the wood elves or the raiders, like you're
Oh
looking for
wow.
those.
Okay, I misspoke. I apparently.
Some countries use flags, others countries use sounds or any other well communication. On the other ways to communicate.
Colorful arrows.
That
Whose
also.
company is that? Choo-choot! Oh, it's Siegfried. Uh, right. Yeah. Along the outer walls, there are plenty of tents. Plenty of banners as well. Plenty soldiers. All of them are hiding behind fortifications and only occasionally, with mirrors in hands, look through small slits meant for archers of what's going on outside. Apparently, if they take even a slightest of pick, they are risking being shot by a wood elf.
Okay. I mean, I know it's actually how dark of a night is it?
You see the stars?
Basically,
We look up.
is it visible how many like enemies we have beyond the walls and whatnot if we peek?
If it would be a day, you would not see a single elf more.
Okay, so none.
They are masters of camouflage, and yeah, as I said, the forest has been even altered with magic to help them.
So there is a forest going up to not far from the capital city. Then that's what you're saying.
It's like not very dense forest, not an elven forest.
Yeah.
Just trees, some trees in the distance.
I see.
Like intermediate between a forest and shrubbery. I don't know how to call it.
Okay. Yeah. No, I understand. I look around for maybe I guess the flags of the Knas. Try and see if he's anywhere nearby, in the nearby like tent city and whatnot, leading
You
the
see
battle.
flags of nearby cities, or more precisely nobles that own them.
Hmm.
You see flags of some minor families, but not the Knes. The only flag of the Knes is waved on the palace in the middle of the city. The Winter Tower.
Hmm. I see. Well, wait.
We need,
Does any one of us have wear a helmet? I imagine Lucian does. Yeah. The whole
yes.
plate armor shit.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey Lucian, mind borrowing? No, the opposite word.
Lending.
Lending. Every single time. Lending me your helmets.
Sure.
I put it on the stick and peek over the top of the wall. Like I approach the, I don't know, whatever, the stairs up to the battlements and whatnot, and just peek over the edge, or
Nothing
towards the
is
slit.
happening.
Nothing is happening.
Nothing is happening. Since, well, since you do that probably on the wall,
Hmm?
soldier that is sitting down and leaning on the fortification says, you won't trick them this way. The elves, they see very good into the distance. They probably see the empty eyes of the helmet.
You
I
see,
can just go up there myself.
uh,
Okay, what do we have any? Okay, so right now the elves have an advantage of the forest and being able to hide there.
The
Uh,
forest, the night.
the
they would
distance.
be to have any means at all to remove this advantage somehow.
Axe.
Fire.
Axe.
like burn the
Yeah,
forest down.
big fireball to the forest.
Napalm.
I
Yeah,
can also
napalm
use
run.
light spells, so. But
I
I'm
love
not.
the smell of dragon breath in the morning.
Hey, right, there are dragons as well.
Odrin, you wanted to check what's happening, or do you want to test them?
Test them to see how active the engagement currently is. Also, I'm like imagining no real fighting sounds are happening around us if we listen to it, right?
I mean, I could have a peek.
Go on.
Also, I
I
wonder how would they react to Soraka since he is a wood elf as well.
Traitor.
Right. Question. What kind of elf or half elf am I?
Mm.
Eh,
As for
artificial. Gotcha.
Um, the elves do not differ physiologically, only culturally.
Got it. Okay.
Um,
So there's no difference between high elves,
They do,
dark
whatever.
elves, void elves.
depending who they worship, they get cosmetic features.
The skins, yeah.
For example, the wood elves might have antlers or fangs or cat eyes.
I'm a ginger half elf, half dwarf. Gotcha. I
Soraka's
am
good tech.
Well, since Milan, since you have some feline features, I would think that you are a wood elf.
that could be the case. I have no idea. Uh, I kind of thought that all elves are the same. So, uh, this is a good time for noticing all the distinctions that you do have.
Well, you've seen Elvain, right? He's an elf.
He's quite different.
Yeah,
You've seen.
old elves don't count. They're
Anyways,
old.
Okay. Well, what
I,
I'm.
I put on my I put on my hood, and I sneak a glance to check what's going on down there.
Um, every village out in the outskirts is a killing floor. You see some people trying to hide behind buildings or inside the buildings, but basically, if they come into the line of sight of elves, then multiple arrows come their way. In the woods, you see a lot of wood elves. They seem to be doing some kind of ritual. You see roots being planted into the soil, and new trees are growing from them. And at the same time, some kind of plant you have never seen, a huge flower, takes bloom in the center. Um,
oh,
Among them is a being with very fancy green robes, green eyes, but otherwise wood elven features. Very beautiful, by the way. Uh, you can assume this is a dragon in his more socially acceptable form.
I do relay all of this information as I'm able.
Yes.
So
As you
so
look
not
around,
great, but
you see one elf already aiming at you and unleashing an arrow.
whoop,
Just before the arrow reaches you, you dodge. The arrow goes through the slit perfectly. Even the feathers do not touch the stone.
right. So they do have great eyesight and great bows.
from my
What?
instincts, the flower is bad news.
I imagine dragons are bad news as well.
But dragons are not attacking
Imagine dragons.
yet.
Imagine.
I'm guessing they're waiting for
Imagine,
something.
imagine
Soraka,
dragons, but
Imagine
also
dragons are bad news as well. Yes.
Sorakas, do you know what that flower might be?
I don't know, Jim. Do I know what the flower is?
Some kind of druidic nonsense bullshit.
Do I know what?
No idea.
Then do I know what that flower is since I'm a magician?
No.
No.
how far away was the elf that shot at me?
We're speaking in kilometers.
What?
Let's just say
So,
he
so
can.
The bow
Let's
reaches in
just say.
kilometers.
Let's just say he is hiding not behind the tree from you, but behind the curvature of the planet.
What? Sarkis could
That's
never
4
shoot that far.
kilometers. You
Yes.
the horizon is 4 kilometers.
so you mean to tell me that my rifle will not even reach them?
Um, unless you
Because
have abilities.
my
Unless
rifle
you
range
have.
is 200 and 1,000.
Yeah. Unless you have some abilities that ignore your maximum range.
I'm surprised a bow can reach those, but whatever.
Magic.
I guess that was
Right,
a dragon arrow.
could be. And I did say, remember, that distance is important to me.
Yes.
I lose this fight.
Okay. Cool. So
Fighting them head on is not gonna happen that well.
yes,
We
let's.
could use maybe Sorakas as an emissary.
Yeah, we can also try and see if the actual leadership has a plan and they need volunteers for that. If not, we can try and see for things ourselves, just in case we can assist the greater efforts.
Just a reminder, the Wood Elves are on this Crimson
Harvest.
harvest is because of the cult, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Oh, getting rid of the reason for the harvest? Is that what you're proposing?
That
I'm not
won't
sh-
help because they're already angered.
Maybe that might be a thing.
But I mean, if we would bring them some sort of proof or some sort of satisfaction that the perpetrators have been dealt with.
So kill the Soul Eaters.
Wait, multiple?
But I
The
think the
cultists. He means the
satisfaction
cultists.
Oh,
would be if you return their people, which won't happen.
Going to the bathroom. Be right back.
I mean, with those kind of bows, I think fighting a soul leader might not be that bad. I don't know how fast a soul eater is, but I imagine it would be like a few hundred arrows before he would reach.
Yes.
I need a better weapon.
Get a sniper scope.
Does it actually help me?
Yes.
Are
Also, I think
elves
there's a
using
balance.
sniper scopes on bows?
Yes. Not
No.
these
Oh,
elves, but yes elves.
How are they able to shoot that far? I remember my range was like 180, 170 or 180 or something.
It's
Like
wait,
dragon
no,
bows with dragon arrows.
wait. So sniper scope would just let me get keep the +1 dice when firing in the effective range. It will not double my range itself. The max
I
range, if it's
remember,
1,000, it's 1,000.
I remember it working differently. Let me check.
I
I'm
think
just
there's a
reading it right
balance
now.
too.
Mm.
I mean, scope doesn't make your bullets fly further.
Yeah, exactly.
No,
I do have the talent,
but
the stance, Dwarven Marksman, which doubles my range.
but
But I'm not
you do
sure if
know that
it's.
when snipers shoot, they don't get their target in the middle of the scope and then shoot because the bullets fall.
Yeah, yeah, of
They
course.
calculate the distance,
The,
then
the
they
wind, the
calculate
everything. Yep, yep, yep.
how many moss upper you need to go, and then shoot.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And if I remember correctly, the record longest sniper kill,
5 kilometers.
380, 3 kilometers, 800 meters.
Wait, kilometers, not feet?
Kilometers, yes.
3 feet and
3 feet.
80
like,
That's the record.
The question wasn't when they were shot. It was like they threw the sniper rifle.
Yeah,
I
that's what
wonder
he
how
said. The record with sniper rifle
Yeah.
kill.
none of us are human technically. Hmm.
I am a human.
Well,
Or humanoid.
No, you're not.
Yeah, I am.
yes, he is. Biologically, he's a human.
Very much
No,
a
you're
human.
not.
Dividedly.
But Odrin could probably pretend to be a wood elf as well, same as Rakas, so
I mean, they have dragons and stuff. I think they might have a possibility to see through magic.
but everybody already sees him as Odrin and sees the godliness of Odrin, so same can be said with those dragons. I think the best option probably would be bargaining.
I'm up for bargaining with the elves.
Only
So
when we decide on how we actually reach them.
That's the question. Sorakas, might you try to peek? See if they shoot you?
Well,
you
the
are.
one that shot you came from that direction, so not sure if it's gonna help.
I tied on peak. I stand full body, full height, not like trying to hide, but prepared to dodge at first sight of an arrow approaching.
Your elven eyes see that the wood elves notice you. They ready an arrow, but then they basically say, "Listen, Algaib, and don't shoot."
Can you
No, they
ask?
mean like, "It's the bound arrow. It's the bound arrow. Oh my god, I'm a big fan."
Can you sign my arrow?
Might you talk with them about actually not exactly talking about with the land, but with Odrin as a
You're
separate
saying for me
entity?
to bring Odrin to them,
Well,
or
pretty
you're
much, yeah.
asking not like parlay and meet somewhere in the middle and
No, Odrin to them.
sure?
Because otherwise the lords here would start shooting and ruin everything.
Yeah, as long as I won't be the one doing the talking. Yeah.
Pretty much a separate discussion, not involving the lands themselves, but only the wood elves and Odrin as a godling.
But are you sure Odrin will be safe and that the elves will?
That is
I
fine.
mean, just please remember that just recently there was a wild hunt hunting Odrin.
Yeah, so I say we try and reach the king. He is all seeing and all that, right? So maybe he will have a clue. If not, we can approach the wood elves and see what we can get. In the meantime, we can try and think of what sort of enemies we could uh, quickly turn against them. Maybe we could somehow convince the Vendrian Order or the Roskar Raiders to fight against them. Maybe the king could promise them a piece of land to settle, because isn't that what they want? From the rumors I heard, it's like they want somewhere to live, right? Away from their frozen lands. And that way we could turn the tide if things come to worst.
Anyways, let's meet the king first. I guess
Remember,
that's the
he's
plan.
not a king.
Knyaz, yes. And
No,
you're
the
not.
lord of this
Yeah.
castle.
Who the fuck are you? Get the fuck out of here.
Entering the castle might be also difficult, having in mind the current situation of the realm.
Right. There is a guy in black robes running towards you.
Hmm?
He stops like few meters, lifts his finger, and says, "Wait, let me catch my breath," and starts panting very heavily. Oh, that was a long trek. Uh, you all of you are invited into the Winter Palace by
Oh,
Knas and the High Priestess.
all right, let's go.
Yes, he came without a horse, on foot,
Oh,
and it is quite a long trek towards um the palace.
mm-hmm.
The entire city is made out of mounds, each mound having structures on top of itself and its own fortification. However, between the mounds, there are like highways which can be used quite easily to navigate the city without going into heavily urbanized areas. So you pierce through Bogothirsk right into the palace. Huge titanic gates made out of black, fused, oily stone is opened before you, pushed by two giants, and and uh, and the way is open. Inside, you see
How giant are the
yes,
giants? Are they as giant as the ones outside?
yes,
How big are the giants actually?
maybe 5
Tiny.
meters,
Okay.
up to 15. I don't know. I don't remember.
Hmm,
It was a very long time since I
I
touched that
remember.
fluff.
I remember.
And how tall are they?
Yeah. That's a nice joke. Anyway, anyway, inside you see a huge army, scale mail, sabers, and pistols as sidearm. Those are the Knaz's own drużyna, like his chosen men.
Fancy.
They stand in line and welcome you towards the palace.
Yeah, just right through, trying to look with an air of authority.
Yeah, I don't even look around, I just walk.
Not in approval. It's like good stuff, good stuff.
Mm. Nice armor. Where did you get that?
Yeah. I mean, I don't really wear armor, but you know.
Inside the Severian court, you see very tall ceiling, on top of which you see hundreds of ravens perching and looking straight at you. The only source of light is a small window specifically made for ravens to get inside.
Is it not dark outside?
Yes.
Right now it is, yeah.
Almost in total darkness. The entire court is empty,
No lights.
except for two individuals.
Hmm.
The high priestess standing beside the throne, and Knask himself, who is perching on the throne like a raven.
I bow as I enter,
Yeah, I
as
also
I
do
approach.
my customary salute to show respect.
How customary, like Vulcan customary?
No, I probably I lived in Cold Kingdoms. I know the customs there.
Okay, okay.
Led battles, so yeah.
Oh, you mean like a military salute?
Well, probably.
I
Not
try
sure exactly. There's no lore in it, so yeah. Some kind of customary salute that marshals do.
I try to imitate those two, something in between, something that they are doing.
So he does a salute as he bows.
uh, he says that he saw you coming, but uh, all the way back while you were still in Vendia, he saw you through the eyes of his many ravens. Um, you move with purpose, but even though that purpose is unknown to me, He leans forward. I have seen war marching towards my gates. 3 armies, circling like wolves, each gnashing their teeth for Severia's ruin. And yet, despite all of that, the High Priestess insists that I summon you here and have a conversation alone. He watches at you with his one eye, like sideways, like a bird would. Shifts his head to another side. Tell me, why should I listen to what you say?
Give me a second. I just trying not to make jokes.
This was not a greeting. He did not thank you for coming. And he just looks at you and waits for an answer.
As me and my companions are the difference between the ruin of this city and probably this nation. And say savory salvation.
Could you repeat that sentence again? Because
Yeah,
I
no,
couldn't,
because I forgot
I
the
couldn't
words.
compile
Yeah,
it.
yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, because me and my companions are the difference between the ruin of the city and the salvation. Not sure. I'm not sure. I'm not yet sure how, but it's fated.
Bon appetit.
Ой, кого чипсу? Ау.
Can you share it?
Here, have one. He looks for that answer, thinks through it, and says, "The High Priestess believes you are an anomaly.
She's not
I
wrong.
know. I know the patterns of fate, the way the wind steers before a storm, the way a man hesitates before his betrayal. But you're like a bird that should not fly, yet does. You are unnatural. I wish to see what you truly are. There is a war brewing in Severia, as you might have noticed. I do not know which thread to pull first. If you can tip the scales, even a little, then perhaps you're worth more than a fleeting curiosity. Either stop or weaken my enemies, or prove that something else demands attention. Do this, and I will help you proportionally." He looks, his gaze sharpens, and for the first time since meeting him, he looks almost amused by these words.
Don't believe we can do any of these things, do you, Your Highness?
I don't. But the High Priestess demands I give you this challenge, let's call it. After all, what hurt can it bring me?
Fair enough. After all, when your messenger reached us, we were just on the way to offer our assistance.
He nods. Then perhaps there is something you wish to tell me? Or were you coming here for something else?
Are you aware that you have a Soul Eater cult operating in your city? And they are the cause of the ire of the Wood Elves?
I know of the Soul Eater cult. They are like an infection. But you see, I do not treat infections. Well, the wolves are at my throat. Still, I do not discount them entirely. A beast is most dangerous when it is cornered. Do you hunt them? And if you do, then why? To serve justice? Or to settle a grudge? Or perhaps they owe you something.
My reasons are my own. But one thing I am convinced of is that they will have a role to play in resolving this conflict.
I do not believe so. If you truly think that the Soul Eater is somehow important in my current situation, you would have to prove it.
And what do you think is important in the current situation?
The free armies around my city, the Roskar killing my servants, the Wood Elves devastating the outskirts, the Fenrian order, the wolves waiting to gnaw on what's left.
Just so that we're aware of your efforts, what are you doing about any of these things at the moment?
He nods. I see the hunger in your eyes. You wish to know how I intend to outmaneuver my enemies. But even with my many eyes, even with my many years, I do not share the song of my war before it is sung. A bird that chirps too soon is the first to be devoured. You may walk my city, hear the whispers in the streets, watch the movement of my men, but do not expect me to lay my plans before you like an open carcass for the crows to pick at. Some things remain behind the veil.
Very well. As you know, we are new to the city. And a guiding hand, a guiding gesture towards the Soul Leader cult would be appreciated. Well, also, there is a possible way of getting rid of at least one of these armies. What do you think the Roskars want?
The land. They want to live here. They want to be warm and fed.
Mm-hmm. And in your dire situation, would you not offer some of these things that they desire?
And how many lives would I lose in that?
Probably less than facing all the armies at once.
You do not know Roskars as I do, as my family does. They are merciless invaders from the east. Their war bands strike like locusts, sweeping through the land and leaving only ruin in their wake. They are usually unstoppable until something breaks their momentum. They believe in conquest, they believe they are entitled to this land, and they will not stop until they have it all.
And
And
what's
even though the Wood Elves and the Fenrians might be an obstacles, uh, rivals in this endeavor, but the most they desire is to topple me.
sorry, 1 second.
So excuse me if I will not let my enemy into my city. I know, outrageous statement.
Was not suggesting you let them into your city, just point at your own enemies. The promise.
Well then, perhaps this is a part of your challenge. Reach out to the Roskar and make them attack somebody else.
Maybe. Maybe not. We shall see what the fates hold. I turned to the rest of the group with an eyebrow raised.
Your
We
Highness,
could deal. We could deal both. Possibly there are options to deal with Roskar or the Wood Elves. I am of opinion that it's easier to deal with the Wood Elves, though, as Sorakas has already proven. It's possible to talk with them at the very least.
What Sorakas has proven us is that not all elves are bad.
As for Roskar, we might be potentially be able to diminish instead of fighting their whole army, to actually either assassinate or blitzkrieg their leader. Once their leader is done, then potentially their armies will be done as well. And they won't have a threat with arrows as much as the Wood Elves have. So we could either sneak in with Sorakas or fly with me and challenging him directly. Wood Elves diplomacy, Roskar military might.
I mean, you guys, you could distract them. Meanwhile, I could infiltrate and assassinate. Or, can I ask your majesty, you mentioned before that you're aware of the cult inside uh, your city walls. Perhaps you know where the concentration or where this disease is coming from, like from which point, or
If I knew, I would already have rooted them out.
makes sense. I'm just afraid that we have to choose one thing, because if we choose to speak to the elves, we don't know what will be the outcome if we'll be able to. I mean, if we'll be able to convince them, and if they will be unwilling to talk, if we'll be able to retreat back and choose the other option afterwards.
I
That's not-
might create an opportunity for retreat. There are no guarantees.
I look at Malin.
At the moment, I don't think we have any guaranteed plan or an idea that will work due to the
That-
lack of information that we have. Unfortunately, because His Highness doesn't want to share his foolproof plan that he has, would it be okay to ask him of any information on the enemy camps that he's willing to share?
All right. Um, let's just say there is a war map on the ground made from sheets of leather sewn together to resemble the region. He points at one figure and says, "This is where the Fenrian Order is located. Entire army in one place. They might have scouts around the army to be able to see approaching threats. They are to the west of the city." He shows, I don't know, a glade to the south. Let's just call it that. It was a hunting grounds that the Wood Elves are now using as their stage of operations. Everything in few kilometer radius around this place is a kill zone. Um, all villages are trapped and are unable to either escape or do anything that fall under that radius. They have very dangerous archers. Some of those archers are riding stags as mobile ranged units. Some elves with huge ironwood lances are also using the stags as shock cavalry. There are also heavy units and
Dragons.
druids that are able to shape land and plants around you. The most dangerous of them, as far as I heard, is able to turn every blade of grass under your feet into a poisonous mushroom that will instantly release spores and kill you. As far as I am aware, they are also reinforced by 2 green dragons. One which is supposed to be inside the glade, and the other one supposed to be somewhere very high above the city right now. Um, this is only a small vanguard of the Crimson Harvest, and a lot more Wood Elves are incoming. They are led by the Phantom Queen, the god of war and death.
I look at Sorakas.
What's the name of this Phantom Queen?
Morrigan. She's like the elven lord of these lands.
And
Have
what
I
about the
ever
Roskar? Sorry.
have I ever heard of Morgan?
Yes, you heard of her. You actually once served her until Mogila recruited you.
Oh,
Your tribe belongs to her. As of Roskar, an average-sized tribe has migrated from the east. They have few shamans, well versed in ice magic. Lots of very hungry and very desperate warriors. And pretty much that's it. They are said to be guided by the spirits in their action. It is not mindless savagery, but a very calculated and let's just say that their strategy operates not just on physical plane, but on a plane of mind as well.
Thank you. Um, with all that I know, it does seem that going after Roskar would be a bit more easier if we're going for a fight.
That's why I'm saying diplomacy would else because it's impossible otherwise.
Yeah.
Or Oscar might.
okay. If we choose the diplomacy option with the elves, which I mean, we still have to decide what we offer, what we ask them to do, and why would they agree?
Do we know like the actual
Well,
condition on stopping the bloody thing?
talking with them
Is
would
is
be a
there
start, and
is there a way to finish their Crimson Harvest?
Wolf might know. Although we had one.
yes,
As far as I know, Crimson Harvest finished when the target is destroyed.
And the target is this city.
Yeah.
well, as I said, at the very least, we could probably first talk with them, buy ourselves some time to accomplish their task, or changing their task in the other way, for example, removing the Soul Eaters. But everything starts with at the very least talking with them. Because we're not a part of the city, we might, as well as we have wood elves on our end, we might have a chance to do so, both either with the dragon above us or with the dragon in front of us.
And what if they don't listen?
Then we're dead.
That's
That's
not a good way to look at it.
You know that fighting here we might die as well. Fate will lead us.
Yeah, but one is fighting the beast, the other is jumping into the mouth of the beast and then trying to wiggle out.
Uh, I go near Odrin. I like motion him to bend over slightly,
I do.
and then and like quietly so only he hears, if possible. Are we
Trust
sure? Are we sure that this place has a sure way to survive?
Oh, what the difference? Nothing is guaranteed. So that makes it exciting, eh?
We do have the island.
Yeah.
We are the island boys.
No, no, bad.
Um. Well, there's nothing. I believe I have nothing else to add, and neither do my companions. I look for a brief moment at all of you,
Well, we have only two choices.
and we will try and prove you wrong. Have a pleasant rest of the night, Your Highness.
He gestures you to move. He doesn't even say farewell.
Break out in a dance. Move, baby, move.
Well,
High
one
Priestess breaks the silence and says, Odrin, before you go, I would like a word in private.
Uh-oh.
Someone is in trouble!
damn it, tanrı uğraşıyor.
I shrug my shoulders and approach.
She didn't say his full name, so it doesn't count.
She leads you towards a sanctum deeper within the palace. The walls are lined with masks made with silver, each one belonging to a high priestess who came before this one. Cold blue fires flicker in braziers, setting a cold atmosphere in this sanctum. She stands before a great black mirror. Her reflection is warped and shifting, as if there is something else looking back at her. She does not turn towards you and says, Thank you for coming. The invitation was actually from me. I knew you would come.
Shut up. Chat. Anyway, of course, here to help.
You feel it sometimes, don't you? Memories just beyond your reach. Voices that should be familiar, yet are not. You're haunted by a life that is not your own. And frankly, we both are. You're the only other soul I have met who carries the weight of a past life. We both are reincarnations of a godling.
Look at her curiously.
And as far as I know, we are the only ones in the world.
I see. Which one are you? Of
I am Morana, the guardian of this land.
course. And what do you want with me exactly?
What I want is for you to succeed. I want to help you regain your memory and guide you towards the Solitaire cult. They are the keepers of your past, even if they do not realize it. The past that I want you to reclaim and embrace. The Knas sees war on the horizon. He sees the Wood Elves sharpening their knives, the Roskar tightening their fists, the Fenrir Order preparing their crusade. But he does not see the pattern. I, however, I do. And you are a part of it. If you wish to hunt the Solitaire cult, you will not find them by chasing shadows. But if you let the right shadows find you, then perhaps you may see what is truly at play.
I raise an eyebrow at that.
What I'm trying to say is that I'll direct you towards a cultist that I know. A contact within the cult of mine. Talk with him, and he will reveal where the hideout is.
That sounds too easy to be true. There must be a catch. Why have you not told Ignaz about this?
I kept him as my trump card.
And we're the
Look,
opening
Odrin.
act.
Odrin, people like us are one of a kind. Would you prefer to be alone in this quest? Or would you want another? Someone like you, who knows your struggles and wishes to help?
Second option obviously is much more preferable.
Odrin is typing. 1 minute sending a psychic message to my boys. And in return, I ask nothing. Only that you return to me once you uncover your past.
Valera, did you misspeak when you said my cult?
Probably, yeah. It
Okay.
should be Solitaire Cult.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I was super prepared to write notes that the cult is being led by the priestess.
By a
Uh,
godling that. Hmm, not just any godling.
Okay. Well, anything specific I should be watching out? I can't imagine this foe being simple to face.
What exactly do you want to know? What? This is a very broad question.
What do you know? I am very little informed uh, of the happenings in regards to the Solitaire cult, except that they exist and they kidnap people, and they kidnap some wrong people, which led to this whole situation. And that my soul is probably lost to them forever.
Well, then your reincarnation will be much more difficult then. As the name of the Soul Eater implies, they serve an old god that eats souls.
I am aware.
He
I have
is
been told
hung.
time and
There
time
is.
again that my path is very narrow.
I do not know what you mean. Um. Um. Yes, the Soul Eater. Not sure how this narrow path is related to him, but he is like hunger incarnate. And it is just as simple and just as horrifying as this. This is it. This is the entire explanation. He is hunger. He devours.
And his
And the
servants?
cultists, they bring sustenance to him. Usually they kidnap pretty much anybody they can. But lately they are more interested in specific individuals. I'm yet to find out what exactly they want. What exactly do they look for?
It's very obvious on Odrin's face that suddenly he he remembers something. Out of character, I remember that we have a sending stone thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I completely forgot that we have that, but totally could use it. Not transport us, just to highlight this. That's a bad
The
idea.
wood elves.
But yeah. Um, okay. And their numbers, if anything. I don't even know what to ask, honestly.
The true cultists that actually know what they're doing
Yeah.
might be numbered at 30, 40 at best. But the acolytes that are simply doing their bidding, hundreds.
Well, the snake without his head is not much use.
You will have to kill every true believer for this cult to cease to exist. The acolytes, without them, they will not revive the cult. They lack the knowledge,
I see.
they lack the charisma, and they lack the will to do it. Most of them are forced into servitude. Some of them join out of sheer ignorance, like my contact did.
And what? Well, I guess the very last thing then. What is? What will be the purpose of our meeting? How will be able to get in touch beyond that contact, reach the actual cult, and all of that? What's?
The purpose of this meeting is to help you. That's it. I
Oh
do
no,
not require anything from you
no, no.
apart that you return.
Yeah. No, sorry, I misspoke. Then. What I meant was like meeting with occultists. Like, how does that like? Do we require preparation? Valera has like that. Okay. Well, guess we have a hook for seeking the cult.
Yeah, I would prefer this approach anyway.
I lagged. Could you repeat everything?
Yeah. Oh no, I was just asking like what's the context purpose whatever for the meeting with the contact, like how is that gonna help? That's the from her mind.
You got a lead, dude.
Yeah, I know. No, dude, I know, and I have thoughts on how to use it. uh that's fine.
Go and talk with
Oh my
him.
gosh. Okay,
If he's not
you took it the
talkative,
wrong
bash
way.
his head.
Okay, never. Anyway,
What's
yeah,
the
Good talk,
agenda
good
of this
talk.
meeting? Jesus Christ.
we're just gonna buy some weed, you guys. Some cultist weed. Anyway, yeah. Thank you, and hopefully see you soon.
She nods.
I rejoin the rest.
Yes, as you go to the court place, in one of the hallways of the palace, you meet the old elf.
That's a surprise. Thought we wouldn't see each other for a while.
I suppose Morana has given you her mission.
Suppose you have something to throw my way as well?
Of course I do. I have many offers. Most are still under the veil.
Go on.
Do you understand what Nas and Morana ask of you?
Why don't you tell me?
He just smiles. Well, then it doesn't matter then what they ask of you. What matters is that you came here for your past life. A soul that no longer belongs to you. There is no way you can take it from cultists. However, you can purchase it from there. You can purchase it from them. Jesus Christ, dyslexia. You can trade with them. And yet, you would bargain with nothing in your hands. That is folly. That is weakness. I offer to change that.
I'm listening.
A soul is not given freely. For your soul, the cult demands something in return. A soul of equal weight. And you have just met one. Bring the cult Morana, and I will give you your soul.
What do you need her soul for?
Let's just say her soul is closer to divinity than yours right now. She is worth your old soul and many, many souls of lost elves that I will claim.
Gotta say, my friend, this doesn't sound very appealing.
I know, Odrin. I. Wait, did you say does sound or doesn't sound?
Does not sound.
Hmm. Ah. Odrin, you are adrift. You were torn from yourself, left in the hands of fate like a piece of driftwood in a storm. I offer you an anchor. The soul you seek, it is not beyond your grasp. The cold will return it to you. This is not a riddle, nor a deception. They will give you what is yours, as long as you have what to offer them. It is simple as that.
Yeah. That may be true. However, the cost of such a decision would go far beyond the soul. I will consider your offer.
Do not be naive, Odrin. Do you think she is like you? That she belongs in this world like we do? She is an anomaly, an echo that should have faded. She was never meant to be here. And yet, here she is, clinging to life as if fate has not judged her already. Unlike you, she has no purpose. She knows this. That is why she seeks you out, why she clings to you. You are the only thing in this world that reflects her own existence. But you have potential. You could reclaim what was taken from you. And all it takes is one soul.
See, it's funny because a lot of people would say almost exactly the same thing about me. Guess
Well,
it's a matter of perspective.
perhaps. And I'm on the point of view that does not view you so. I am, so far, extending only helping hands. So far, you have agreed. And so far, it got you places. with no drawbacks. Isn't that right?
Out of character, okay, what has he helped me with? He walked me through the intro session in there to do memory stuff. We met and he answered some questions about his own friggin' cult, which led to nothing at all. Am I missing anything else, guys? Answer,
He
Vite?
told you not to go to the afterlife because that is a fool's errand. He taught you how to walk on water, which saved everyone, right?
He told me not to go there, but I also got that information from Carla, so.
You see, other people that help you say the same thing.
Yeah. I will consider that, but I think the price might be a little too steep for my liking this time around.
He lets out a sigh. Consider this offer carefully, Odrin. Not all choices come twice. And he teleports.
I was staying quiet there, but who the hell is that guy?
No one
I don't
knows.
think we're there.
They never ask his name.
No, we know his name.
Like,
What's his name?
Old Man Remus.
Wait. We were in that discussion. Sorakas, you're muted.
Sorakas, you're muted.
Maybe Soraka doesn't want to tell anything.
Okay, maybe. Yeah.
he wants to look mysterious.
Well, I go and look for my group of peeps.
Oh, so we weren't there. Eh.
Well, I was under the impression he caught me on my way to you. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
That's-
I don't think we were there. So, what did the High Priestess want with you?
She provided the lead to the Soul Eater cult.
That's it?
Anything
Yeah.
more?
Offers her friendship and asked to take care of this threat that she thinks it's
Friendship, yeah.
What's
I
up?
thought you came out quick.
I'm not sure what you're talking about.
The friendship.
It's
Yes,
a
friendship.
sex joke.
Well, now you just ruined it.
You guys, get your mind out of a gutter. We're in a life and death situation here.
Yes, that's the point.
Well, just out of character, while Remus was speaking with you, I was just uploading a soundbite. This one.
Do it.
Yeah, I love this one.
Did you get anything more than just a contact?
Do it.
Nice.
Do it. Do it. Do it.
It's time to
I'm gonna come. Do it.
Nice. Yeah, so she offered further help if we help her and all that, and yeah, and I met a good old a friend of ours. He's pretty old, has pointy ears.
And a beard.
Yes, and a beard. He offered.
And
Oh yeah, so he.
You know the guy?
What do you mean, know the guy?
I don't think you met.
Malin, you met
I
this
mean,
guy.
Yeah, I know.
That is the only old elf you have ever met in your
Yeah,
life. The one that guided you to Odrin with the
yeah.
letter.
I mean, I thought he was suspicious before, but I mean, his clues led me to you guys, but he still looks suspicious to me. So I wasn't sure if you actually knew him.
I look over Malin to see if he has any daggers on him.
It's not
Uh,
that we
Left the
know
check.
him. It's not that
Yes,
we
I
know
do.
him,
I do.
I make
but
a mental
seems that
note.
he's always there with his like somehow involved in the activities of the cult, or I don't know,
Us.
whatever is
Or
happening.
us.
Yeah, and or us. And
Yeah.
he always appears to know like what we are doing somehow. He always knows where we are and just teleports in and out.
Disappears.
So
Yeah.
a stalker.
Yeah, a
Yeah.
little bit, yeah. Well, to be fair, guys, all of you could be considered that.
Anyways, what
Mm.
did he want?
True, but still.
Yeah, so he offered instead to sacrifice, lead the high priestess to the solitaire cult, and he will give us Arden's soul.
I
I
say
don't.
definitely,
Oh,
definitely no.
also, the high priestess claims that she is also on the path of being the person, a death goddess of the land is gonna reincarnate into. So, kind of on a similar journey as me, it seems.
My opinion is that no sacrifices such as this can be permitted. Thus,
I
I will be
I
against
agree. And
any such
I
deed.
wonder if I
also
could
her
sacrifice solution. Would that be enough?
also
Sorry,
her
yes.
offer Also, her offer is just, I don't know, kind of leaning towards what I originally wanted to do as well, like dealing with the cult, which might be like additional trump card when speaking with the elves,
Yes.
and this would like do work us in what is it called when you topple one thing and then the pieces
Dominoes.
topple
First piece of a domino.
dominoes, yeah.
Yeah.
So deal with the cold, then maybe we'll be able to deal with the elves. And if the elves are no longer the problem, then we can deal with the raiders and then the
Yes.
Red Army
Yes, I
automatically.
agree.
Yes. That's
The
a probable solution.
idea of following through the devil's offer doesn't sit right to me, and neither would with Audrin, as far as I'm aware. So I think we're gonna pass on that. We're not gonna sow
Lucia.
more death and chaos, Sarakas.
Yeah.
Uh,
That was weirdly specified to Saragas. Why?
well, sometimes I address my companions by name. Next time is your turn.
No, I mean, I get that, but I'm just like looking like that was kind of suspicious that you were just like, oh, we're not gonna kill anyone, Sarakas.
Oh well, he's a hardened killer, as he sneaks up on people and just stabs them to death. Which is funny
Oh, so it was
because we will need him to do just that when we're dealing with a cult.
I'm even if
A
though
bit
it
of
was
irony there.
talk with Sorakas, I'm of the same mind. We shouldn't be killing anyone besides those that do wrong,
Yeah,
or
cultists
at
do
least
wrong.
avoid.
Yeah.
And that's
okay.
the
That is
cultist, not Moran, not the high
that's
priestess.
that's a slippery slope that we shouldn't go. Morals are always depending on the side that you're looking at this from. Uh, not time, not the place. I do have to ask, Lucian. Remember when we teleported here and you were just like, "Oh, we can kill all the wood elves easily." How are you now? Like, are you confident enough that we can deal with the cultists?
Yes.
You sure?
Well, we still don't know any information. For example, how many of them are.
Oh, I do.
Right.
There's like 30. The core of the cult is like 30 people. They lead everyone else, and there's a bunch of acolytes, like in the hundreds, really. But if we take care of the core, the cult is done here.
The acolytes are of no issue. I could probably just simply scare them away. The core, now that's... I think we could deal with that. Depending on the battleground per se.
Preferably no
Do we
battleground.
take them... Well, do we take them separately, for example? Where do they live? It's not like they're always all together.
Yeah, of course.
If you know their names, we could take them out without anyone even noticing that they have gone.
No, I don't have the names. I have a single contact which may lead us to more with the help of Sarakas.
Yeah, that's a probable choice.
I guess that's the best lead that we have at the moment.
Or we go talk with the
Also,
armies.
here's the thing. Should we take them alive and give them to the wood elves? Or rather just take their heads and
If
bring that to...
possible, to take them alive, of course, sure. I mean, it will be more satisfying, perhaps, for them
Maybe
to
the
do the
head
deed.
or something, but 4 guys taking 30 people hostage.
Yeah, yeah. I'm saying that we shouldn't go out of our way to try
Yes,
and
yes,
save, like,
agreed.
to keep them alive. But if
Yes,
opportunity arises, then sure.
100%.
Yeah. Anyways, to your question, I have fought worse battles.
Yeah, you see, Malon, Lucian here is he's very cool and he's a very experienced fighter, from what he tells us. So he should be able to handle this. I haven't seen him
Is
do this,
he
but I believe that this is the truth.
is he invincible?
I was invisible. What do you mean?
Invincible.
I know.
No, I'm not.
I- Can you die?
Yes, although it's really hard to kill me.
What? This is an odd line of questioning, Malon.
No, I mean like if he says that like he can go ahead and like defeat armies of things like I need to know like
Not alone,
what's
but
yeah, sure, but I need to know where's the point of confidence and where's the point of like
experience.
He
sure.
can
Once
def-
fought 100 dragons.
he can
to
defeat
win with.
armies if he has his own armies.
A slightly bigger army. Yeah, I
That's
mean
a
like
good one, Sarakas.
I think that's the thing. Like I mean, I am talking from the point of view that I don't really know much yet about you guys fully and about what you're capable. The
Yes.
same as you're not really sure about what I'm capable of, as I hadn't had the chance to actually show you fully.
Well,
So,
one way to
like,
find out.
true, but I mean, like, you have to understand, like, that's where I am coming from.
Yes.
I like when you say that you can go ahead and fight them. Like, while I do want to believe you, I do have to, like take it with a bit of salt. Like I can't just go ahead and like fully optimistically. Yeah, you can do it. I believe in you. Like it has to be a bit no.
I mean, I have seen Lucian fight. He was fighting when he was fighting a demon, or I think it was a demon,
Hmm.
and he was doing pretty well. I mean, he was standing his ground, and the demon was defeated. I can't remember.
Yes. Oh, in character? Can't remember or
No, out of
Okay.
character. I can't remember.
Yes, defeated.
Was it like 1-on-1 or was it like
More
a
or
battle
less, it was
round going on?
originally it was many on one. I mean, and Lucian was one.
Okay, yeah, that's
And
good.
all I did was just help with the add-ons, the additional ones, and yeah, Lucian was standing his ground with the demon.
It was a nasty demon, especially once he unleashed his full might. Did
demon,
many
holy
mistakes during
shit.
that battle.
That does give me confidence. Yes.
And in a pinch, I can walk on water.
Yep.
I still need to train you in magic, Odrin.
You can train us all. You can do like a school project or something.
No, for you, I don't think you have any ability to use magic, but Odrin, well, Odrin is different.
I go
I'm
and put
sorry,
my hand as
Sarakas.
I go and put my hand as high as like as on his shoulder as I
I
can. Just
put
like
it on the other shoulder. I'm sorry, Sarakas.
there's. I feel you. I feel you. Like, yeah. If anything, you're probably not going to be the only one who's not capable of it.
Well,
So
Mylan could potentially, due to his well, strange origins, but I'm not sure.
I take my hand off and I go. So you say I have a chance?
I don't know, but there's a potential.
So
Uh,
you feel that he might have some midichlorians?
What now?
Well, as I said, I don't know.
Alrighty
But
then.
Anyways,
anyways, I can heal. I can also cast a heal spell that works for an entire day on someone.
So,
Thus
in other words,
allowing.
he can heal in multiple ways.
Yeah. Also create light, revive people.
and I can shoot my rifle, but not as far as the wood elves. I can
Also
shoot their
fly.
bow. So
Okay.
Yeah, there's something unnatural with the
Anyways,
distance they're shooting.
I
I'm
think we're
jealous.
wasting time that we do
Yeah.
not have.
I think, yeah, we can try and go and meet contact.
I mean, we can talk while walking. You know, we don't have to stay in place.
Odrin, where is that cultist contact?
Well, he is, or she is.
They are.
It is.
Hey!
Oh
You
shit.
expect me?
Here we go again.
Yes, you're
You
the
expect
GM.
me to
are.
say? Yeah, he's down the street in a smokehouse. He owns it. Also, constantly smokes there. Smoke weed every day.
As we go towards that, I say to Sarakas, I'm not sure how this will go. Really, we'll try and chat and say that we were, let's say, referred to and whatnot. We'll see how the conversation goes, but he might wanna have someone to tail him. And we all know you're excellent at this sort of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
On the way there, I'm just like looking around town to see if there's like any magical places, blacksmithies, gun shops,
I think it's
anything
not
of that
like
sort.
business time right now. It's
No,
night and the
no,
city is
I'm
under
not.
attack. Oh,
I'm not
okay.
saying that they're open. I'm just
Okay.
saying if there are. I'm just
Yes.
looking around. So.
Closer to
And
the center of the city, there are entire mounds dedicated only to blacksmithing.
cool. I'll take a mental note of that, and when I have an open minute and when they're open, I might just go give it a visit. So
Mhm.
Yeah,
As you
same.
find them, you also notice that some of the buildings have dwarven art deco decorations on them.
okay. Okay.
That's it.
Are you mixing up your
Only then.
characters? What's happening?
What? To whom?
Malin, I mean, out of character. Like I thought, like, were you just like role playing as your other character from other
No.
campaign? Okay.
My current character is a half elf, half dwarf.
Oh, okay.
That's why I have a small stature, but I look like an elf.
Midget elf, yeah.
Yeah.
So you go to the contact, or
Yes.
Yeah.
Contact. We're making contact.
Yeah. So like just keeping in mind that I'm in Lithuania, we can stop here or we can continue, of course.
we can continue
Okay.
for a bit. Um, yeah, smokehouse. Imagine a tavern, but with smoking allowed and smoking primarily instead of alcohol.
Okay. Oh, when you said smokehouse, I was thinking smoking meat and shit.
Nope. Nope.
Nope. Nope.
Because if I Google smokehouse,
Usually, yeah.
yeah. Yeah, okay. I did not make this up. Okay, yes.
As you enter, you see not a main room as like in a tavern, but instead a corridor that leads to private rooms. There's a thick scent of burning herbs in the air.
Roll lore if you want to recognize the herbs.
All right.
Some of the herbs that usually can be found by Ven or Grakian merchants.
Is there some sort of reception?
Yes.
Or something? Because I think I would imagine I was told how to reach that person, right?
Yes. Let's just say Murana told you that he is the guy with an eye patch.
And his name is Steve.
No.
And he yearns
So,
for the mines.
Malin stays back a bit and try to look if we have any
keeping
tails.
I mean,
So
having in mind that's like a wartime, I also keep an eye around if for any danger.
I approach the reception and look if that's the eye patch guy.
Nope. It is not the eye patch guy.
Hey, good. Almost morning, I'm guessing. I see you're still open. I'm looking for the insert iPad guy name. I was told I could find him here.
You don't know his name.
What was I told on how to reach him?
He's the
Yeah.
only guy in this building with an eye patch.
Okay.
Were we told that he is
Okay.
just in here or that he works here?
He
Oh?
lives here.
Lives.
Yeah, and owns this place.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm looking looking for the owner. I have a chat.
Well, owner is not here right now. I haven't seen him. Let's wait for Semester turn.
I'll take a while.
Okay. I'll watch memes then.
Make me your leader.
If anything, I can listen. I'm just not going to be able to speak, so it's fine.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Well then, I haven't seen him for months.
Months.
Yes.
Is the receptionist lying?
Yeah, same. That's
It is for you to find out
By
and
making
for
a
us
roll?
to roll, I guess.
by making a roll.
Is there any modifiers to that roll?
No.
Is it insight?
Yes.
Yes.
Can
Yes.
everyone roll?
Yes.
Even though my insight. Shucks.
Bitch is lying. Bitch is fucking lying. He saw him today.
Well,
He's
maybe I will
right
not.
here. He's right here in this building.
Who thinks that? Me or them?
Whoever rolled correctly.
Oh, okay. I see. Well, that is unfortunate. Do I know? Actually, like character, I imagine would know how smokehouse places work, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I imagine. What I'm guessing, you pay for a room and some smokes and shit, and proceed with that, or
Yeah.
okay. Like, well, while we're here, might as well. A room for a smoke.
5 coins.
I pull out 5 coins. I have one left.
Is it
Like,
5 coins for all 4 of us?
Yes.
yes, for a room.
Okay.
So you pull out your wallet, take 5 coins, give it to the receptionist. Look at him like Mr. Bean and say, "I have one more left."
Yeah. Well, I transferred my inventory and everything from previous campaign. You see, guys. Anyway, yeah. I hand over the coins.
Mm-hmm. Right this way. Room 23.
I follow.
So he opens the room with the key. Um, leads you inside, sets up the water pipe. Makes it, lights it up, prepares it, and leaves.
As soon as the person leaves, I whisper to Sarakas, follow him.
Okay.
Instead of
need-
yeah, you know what? First, I'll need a stealth roll. I know it's a slim chance you will fail, but you know.
Is it
Okay.
opposed modifiers, anything? No.
No, just a roll.
I use souls.
Wait.
For what?
No. You roll, but what?
That works.
Važiuojam.
Dude. Can you
4,
roll any lower?
5.
Well, to
Well
be
then.
fair, it's the end of the session coming soon, so you can roll all of them.
Well then, instead of the receptionist, you notice that he turns the other way of the hallway and goes to a room number 49.
That's
He
a good one.
enters it and starts, in panic, saying, "There are people coming after you. They know you're here." And inside, there's like, "Oh shit!"
Ye- I barge inside.
So he warns him that you guys are in room 23 and to stay low. I think they believed me when I said that I haven't seen you for months.
So Raikos, did you
Okay.
say you
Okay,
barge in?
then no. I mean, if hearing that, then no, I will not barge in. I thought that he's like gonna run or something, then I would.
Huh.
Okay, then I quickly return back to our room and relay what I heard and seen.
Ah, very good, very good.
I stand up.
Crack my neck.
So,
Stretch a bit.
if you need some muscles, you know whom to ask.
I mean, but he's like a contact, right? So he's not the actual like cultist. He was just misled, and he's currently like working as a contact person for the
Yeah,
priestess.
it's one of the clueless ones. Yeah.
So there's no need. I don't think there's will be a need for
Yeah, we'll have a chat.
violence. Yeah.
Yeah, and if there's a need for a threat.
Also, now thinking about it, did the priestess say that, like, what are we telling the guy that we're from her, or what's the situation that she sent us? Or does she know that this is the guy that you contact to join a cult or something? What's the whole thing?
She told you this is the guy from a cult.
Okay.
Don't talk with
Oh,
him.
Okay.
so
So
he's not like her contact, right? She just knows that he is one of
yes,
them.
yes,
Oh,
yes.
okay.
Yeah. I
Okay,
just
then
realized
good
that
thing I
the
didn't barge
distinction.
in because my plan was to barge in and say, "Hey, don't worry, we were sent by her." And
No, like
Yeah.
he is her contact. He talked with her about it. That's how she knows.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah. Well, I guess at least I leave the room and walk
yeah,
towards the room
Yeah, I
number
follow.
49.
we all do.
I keep a watch
Mhm.
outside though.
And once we reach the room,
We barge in.
I knock and I say, "Smoke refill," and open the door.
He draws a knife and screams, "Don't come don't come near me!"
There's no need for any of that. I relaxedly just come in and open the door wider and let others in. We just want to chat.
He, in other hand, he draws the runing stone and says, "I warn you."
Does that look like a stone we have?
Yes.
Dude, you don't need to send us to the cult by touching us with that stone. Come on, we're all friends here, right?
Uh, give me socialize. You know what? Because you're freaking him out. He might do some stupid shit.
Odrin, you could drop a name of like what was her name? The
High
leader.
priestess.
No. We dealt for them before. Like
Head of Vanitas family.
yeah, yeah.
They're the same as him, pretty much. Hired muscle.
Wow.
Social as hell, boys. Like
Yeah.
I even pull out another's like, look, I have one too. I can touch you as well. You know.
And I have a sword.
Roll
can just kill you.
social again, but -3 right now.
Okay, that's fine.
What?
That's fine, you guys.
He is shaking. He pisses himself. And it's like, what? What the fuck? That's all he says.
Well, I just looked at there's like, you guys coming or what's happening?
Well,
I'm
I'm
staying
behind
outside.
you.
I'm staying outside, looking like
I'm
as a
inside.
watch.
Why does people?
I close
And
the door.
if you look at the camera, he's like holding the stone, and I'm like, don't come any closer, or I'll touch you. No, I'll touch myself. No, I'll touch you.
I'm down. I mean, we
Calm
did not come here
down.
to
Yeah.
hurt you.
Yeah. Come on.
We just come here to speak.
No, I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna send you to him, and I'm gonna send you to him, and I'm gonna send myself.
Sounds
I'm
like you have a
unpredictable.
Oh shit! I just saw room service. I wish I didn't.
Should I restore his mind?
I think we are good. We're just gonna have a friendly chat. Yeah, friend. Like, look, I'm sitting down. We're no threat to you. Everything is fine.
Yeah, just
We're all friends. We're just here to chat. Yeah.
not to look imposing. I just try to look as not like calm as possible. Just lean on the wall with my arms crossed and try to look
And your
chilling.
and your
I
dagger's
closed the
out.
door behind him and
Just
It's
looking
fine.
around.
The guy with the gun is outside.
not intimidating. Okay.
Anyway,
Take a few deep breaths. We're good. Yeah. Like in and out.
he
Let me tell you
He
something.
looks-
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something.
he looks over you and asks, "You're not one of them, right?"
One of who? We're expecting someone.
Where did you get the stone?
I took it from someone who had it before.
Bilesweg.
Now, do we pretend to be part of the cult or against the cult? He looks like he's afraid of the cult, the way I'm thinking.
Looks like that too.
Was that?
It looks like that to me too.
Yeah. So I'm saying, there was a cultist that was using this to send sacrifices to the god. He took it from the cultist. I don't know how much less vague I can be.
Are you hunting the cultists?
no.
Mm.
That's an interesting way to phrase the question. Can I? Well, I guess yeah. Try and see like, does he sound hopeful with that question, or
Fearful.
like yeah, like trying to be like be defensive about it, you know, like.
Give me the insight roll.
Okay. Any mods?
No.
Okay. Well, I thought in Hispanic state maybe his emotions are much more visible. That's all.
No. Everything is masked, filtered by fear. So
Okay. That's fine.
if anything, it would be more.
I'm a master
difficult.
of social situations, boys. Apparently.
Mhm. He is hopeful that you are hunting cultists.
Yeah. We took down a local cell back in Wendia, and we are looking to take out the core of the cult here. They're the whole reason why the city is besieged and everything, right?
Yeah, they are the root cause of all this, all the
Yeah.
bad things happening right now.
So we look to kick some bad guys' butts.
He nods. Good. Someone needs to take care of them.
Mm-hmm.
But how the fuck did they trigger this war?
Well, they were kidnapping people and taking their souls, and this angered the wood elves, And since nobody was dealing with them in time, what else started the Crimson
Harvest.
Harvest? And they will not stop until, well, this city is cleansed. But we're hoping that by dealing with the cult, we'll be able to convince the what else to stop. Meanwhile, the raiders are just using this as an opportunity to attack the city while the city guards are distracted. So, if
Tell him about the
You're
Fenian order
explaining
too,
too
man.
much.
so basically, the cult is the root cause of all the bad things that are happening.
Yeah, we're here to save you, man.
He nods.
Like,
Okay,
Audrin,
I can see that.
Audrin and his group are here to save you. Once we do, spread the word.
He says, okay.
Just
Will
just kidding, man.
people will people know who this Audrin is?
Soon they will.
Okay.
So,
What the fuck do you want from me?
Information.
yes, information. You're
On
working
my on my water pipe recipe or something more specific?
recipe.
The cult.
Yeah, information on the cult. We hear they have a core membership leadership here somewhere. They have a not a nest. Guys, hideout. They have a hideout somewhere in the city, and we were hoping we could take it out.
Also, it will help if we could have a way to identify the leaders.
Yep, that's true.
Yeah. If I help you,
Hmm.
if I tell you what you want to know,
Hmm.
what I know.
Hmm?
Have you gave it a thought what would happen next? Because if you go in blind, if you fail, they won't just kill me for speaking to you. It will be my turn on the altar, and I'll be laid on it as soon as they're done with you.
Why would they ever assume that we got this information from you? We're not going there to speak with them.
They have ways of knowing. Those don't assume they are just stupid fanatics. They have ways of communicating with powers way beyond our comprehension. And as soon as you have entered the city and started poking things, they already feel a disturbance.
How do you
Because
know
you
that?
see, I was a member of the cult until I ran. And you see, I am probably the only one to run away. Usually, when somebody even thinks about it, they are laid on the altar.
Okay,
However, I was more clever about it. But they know that a face is missing in their cult, and they know it is me.
so
If information is leaked, they'll know it is me. It is I who leaked it.
There won't be a cult to get after you.
We're not just some random guys from the street.
and
And there you go.
I don't, do you think, even though you will not tell us anything, that they will just forget you? That they'll just leave you alone if you just stay low?
Oh, I just didn't run. I disappeared.
And
Of
you
course.
just, yeah.
Of course. Let me tell you something. When I first joined the cult, they said it will be an enlightenment, a way to become something more. I thought it was just some esoteric bullshit. The kind of thing nobles play at when they get bored of drinking. They never told me what I'll be part of. Not until they took us down there. There was a man, bound, gagged, and the high priest, the real one, not some hooded fool playing at it, held a knife carved from bone. When the knife touched him, before it even cut, he started screaming, like something inside him was being peeled away. And I felt it. I didn't just see it, I felt him being unmade. I stared there after that because I had to. Because once you see it, you understand. There is no leaving the cult. There is no walking away. No matter where you go, his screams can still be heard as if I never left that room. If they see you try walking away, you're just another body for the next ritual.
Good thing we're
That
walking
day,
in.
that day I learned there is no escaping that blade. Trying will only make the soul eater come for you quicker.
We are fully intent on taking them down. We
But can you succeed?
and we could even yes, we can, and one might even say we are fated to succeed. Some
You
already
don't
do.
understand the horrors inside their hideout. Things that simply should not exist. Flesh molded in twisted ways.
Hmm. Sounds horrible.
Guy,
That's
take
why
a
it needs to
look
be
at
stopped.
us. Do we look like we haven't seen shit? You're talking like we're some kind of group of peasants.
I've seen on the altar peasants and knights alike.
Okay, if
What
we
if I?
found you, do you think it will be difficult for the cult to find you? We didn't know of your existence, and we found you, and the
Until
cult
2 hours
knows you,
ago.
and the cult knows you, so they will find you. And another
He,
thing,
he,
We might.
he
how,
says,
yeah,
he says, not with this eye patch. And he saws there's actually an eye under there.
well,
Ah,
clever disguise.
Master disguise.
And another thing, even if you would, let's say, gain a couple of months, a year even of your life by hiding from them, how would you feel like every night sleeping, knowing like of their deeds, like what they are doing every single day, every single hour, how they are torturing people, and knowing that you could have done something, but instead chose just to hide, even though the only thing you have to do, not to go there in yourself, but just direct us to them.
You don't understand. They want souls. It really doesn't matter whose soul it is. Even if lately they prioritize over special ones. Every death they arrange, every sacrifice they pull off, it makes them stronger. It just sustenance for them.
well,
Just how do I know you won't just feed them more? How do I know you won't doom me as well by doing so? You
we
go
might.
in there swinging steel, tearing through their ranks, and what if you fail? You will just give them what they want. What if you simply going there is giving them what they want? What if they planned this? I don't want more people to suffer. I don't want my soul to be devoured.
Just bitch slap and listen here, you little shit.
Yeah, I'm just thinking like you can do this an easy way or the hard way.
guys, there's no need of that. First, first of all, we may be able to offer you the Knazz's protection, if that means anything to you. And worst comes
It is to remain to be seen if Knas can offer protection by tomorrow.
by tomorrow.
Don't you see it? The city is crumbling. The Nas has no control. He's losing it.
I
Really,
come.
if it's not for the Morana and her guidance and her protection, people would have fled the city years ago.
Well, you see, worst comes to worst, and just play it off as if you send some four stupid souls sacrifices to make up for whatever sins you may have caused before. And believe me, at least one of these four souls is worth something.
As I said, I don't want to risk your lives and my life.
Oh, we're risking our lives either way.
As I said, there are no lives if the castle is besieged and destroyed. So
I
it's either
know.
we stop them and we survive, or we all die. So choose now.
I know. I have already made my choice. I'm blazing the hottest weed I found right now, like there is no tomorrow. Because literally, I believe there will be no city tomorrow.
You have nothing to lose
Okay,
then.
so
Look,
maybe there will be no.
my friends are impatient. They
I
might not be kind. Just let's talk it out, and you can continue blazing. And if there's no tomorrow, there's no tomorrow. No harm, no foul, right? And if there is tomorrow, you will know, thanks to us and thanks to you. You will truly be the hero in this situation, actually.
He lets out a breath of relief. Says, "You know, I really want to believe that. I honestly, I have to believe that. Under the oldest mound, under the monastery of the Paladins of the Raven, there is a sewer entrance. Inside, follow the signs, and it will lead you to the hideout.
What kind of signs?
There will be only those signs. You will not miss them.
And those signs will lead to their main whatever hideout.
Yes. Most of the main cultists, if not all, should be inside. They practically live there, constantly trying to commune with their master. I doubt they're local to even have a home elsewhere in this city.
While you were still in there, have you ever seen an elf with a beard visiting?
Yes, once
Do you
he
recall? Mhm.
he spoke with the leaders, with the head priest. He said that he has spoke with the Soul Eater directly. This is something that even the high priest could not do. None of the cultists has ever spoken directly with the Soul Eater. And this guy, he did that, and he even struck a deal with the Soul Eater. So we took it as a sign that the Soul Eater wants this guy protected, and in a way we revered him as a prophet, even though he shows no devotion to the Soul Eater. In a sense, he promised some kind of strong soul for the High Priest in return for thousands of elven souls. That's it. He really wanted those souls.
Interesting.
Anyway, I have overstayed my time, so
Yeah.
make it quick.
We can just stop here. It's fine.
Okay, yeah, we can stop here.
Anyways, yeah, we can stop here. And I'm just thinking before we forget, we might actually could potentially include Ilven into this shit because he is pretty much all against entropy, and this is pretty much entropy.
Hmm.
So we
Yeah.
We
might
might
get
just
his
forget
aid.
this.